Atmavandan, Namaste, greetings and welcome. Welcome from the heart, and I know you all are in your heart. So this is chapter 1, Unified, Centering in the Heart. The beautiful start of the book. We have prepared so much for all these days. So far our journey was through the mind, little bit tamed, untamed. So the journey was wobbling. But today we are stepping into living from the heart, knowing the heart, how the life is. So very beautifully, chapter 1 invites with the teachings, with the lessons that we want to remember. That is very of us, but not lived. So before we start today's chapter reading, let us come to the heart space, quiet in our minds, wherever we are, just settle down with a notebook and pen. And for 2 minutes, just close your eyes. With a slow, long, deep breath in, open yourself up. And to disconnect from the head mind, being entangled here and there. With a few deep breaths, just center, come to your heart center. Now, you may put your hands on your chest if you have difficulty. And as you breathe in and breathe out from this space, let us invite Babaji's consciousness and his love. Connect with his love. Chapter 1 is like a flower. It's like love from the Babaji's heart. And we are ready to receive it. So open your heart and receive it as it is. So that anytime you have confusion, know that the answer will come from here. To satisfy the request. So Babaji is guiding us to answer our questions, to dig deeper. But we have to work to make our own experiences. So we are ready and more than ready to go further on our journey today. You may open your eyes, heart filled with gratitude and love. Welcome back. So for chapter reading, I would like to invite Shalishji.
Thank you, Preeti. Thank you. Your internet is extremely poor. We are missing your voice as well in between. So while I do the chapter reading, you may want to restart your
I'll
computer or
restart
something,
my,
whatever. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Thank you.
So just tell me one thing. You have not logged the meeting, right?
No.
Okay.
Okay, welcome everyone. So we are starting the chapters formally now today. Chapter 1, the very foundation of the book. Although all of you have been participating in the meditation sessions which we did earlier. Those are the session, that meditation that we did prepared us to easily adapt to this particular chapter's practice eventually, right? So this is the foundational practice. We all need to be able to stabilize ourselves in our heart space, right? Reach the heart space on demand. That was the practice we were trying to do. And in this chapter, you will understand what is the significance. We are, in a way, we are getting introduced to what we call in spirituality as heart. Essentially, we are going to get introduced to the concept of heart here. So I will just share the PDF of the book on screen and read through it and explain the chapter to you the way I have understood it, right? So when you read it, you will open your deeper understanding of the book, every line that's written there. I take this opportunity also to walk you through the web page where you can access everything. All the PDF you will be able to access. So let me just share this and show you. So when you open the web page, this is how it's going to look like on your phone. I am showing you this in a way that how you will access it on the phone, that's easier, right? On the web page, it's even easier than this. But on the phone, when you open the website, this is how it's going to look. And here you have the menu. Just open the menu, go to resources. Unified resources is the first one. Then you have unified songs that we play every day. And then featured resources have got some additional content, some videos which are useful, and some podcasts, etc. They are all available here. So we just to access the PDF or chapter wise resources, you can click on this, and here you will open up this page called resources for your spiritual journey. So in this you can select a book to learn. Now we have book in 4 languages, and that's why you can select whichever language is suitable for you. The first one is English, right? That's what this one is. It's written here like that. We have the next one is Hindi, and then the next one is Nepali, and then Punjabi, right? So these 4 are there right now, and as more language translations become available, we will keep adding it here. So let's go into the English thing. So click on access resources, and you will reach here the resources for the English book by chapter. And there's a little thing here called how to use these resources for best results. So there's an explanation there in an expandable section. You can just, if it's open, you can read through and collapse it. And then you have chapters available here, right? Preface, and then centering in the heart, week 1, week 2, week 3. So you can select whichever chapter we are doing. So today I'm going to select week 1, and in the beginning this section opens up, and you have all the resources for week 1 here. So the first part is the documents associated with it. Right now there's only one PDF there. There may be more in the days to come. Chapter audios. So you can click here to see the chapter audio. Session podcast. There's a podcast available for this session. And then centering in the heart, a short practice. As per the chapter in the book, we have created a short practice for you. And then there's an additional quick unified mantra video in English, which you can play. It's a very quick, about 1 minute kind of thing. Then chapter explanations are there. Just the session which we are doing now, that's what is there here for 2025 session. And then likewise there are session practice, week wise, session wise, all the content is available here. So you feel free to use this content as needed. So today I'm going to open the document. When you click this, you will open the PDF, which I have already opened in another section here. So when you open the PDF, you have access to the PDF of the book. You can turn the pages easily on the phone. This was the purpose of adding these buttons here. So you can just turn the pages, and then the way we have put it in the application, that it's easily readable on the phone. The font is big enough that you don't have to struggle to read the book. So today we are going to do this chapter, centering in the heart. I'm going to read and explain to you what this whole thing means to me. And your reading may bring about a different understanding as well, and that is perfectly okay. The more you read it, the more you will be able to understand it in depth. So, the very first line of this chapter is the basis again for the entire philosophy of the book. Just one line. And it says, "You are more beautiful than you have ever imagined." This statement, when you read from the mind, will mean literally nothing. But when you feel it, you spend some time with this sentence, you begin to open up internally. Well, okay, my own imagination of myself, there is some imagination that each one of us has about ourselves. And this one says, you are more beautiful than that. You may have imagined whatever about yourself, grandest opinion of yourself, but even from there you are much more beautiful, right? This is what this sentence means. So it is talking about something that we do not know yet. So becoming open about it is important. When you go and start feeling in your heart center, when you are centered in your heart and you can feel this sentence, you can actually feel your existence. You are a flower of heaven in full bloom. So that he is expressing that it is not possible to explain what beautiful means in words. So he is giving us an example that whatever imagination we each one of us have about a flower in full bloom in heaven, so that heavenly flower in full bloom, he says, that's who you are. Each one of us is just like a flower in full bloom in heaven. Yet for some reason, which isn't important, certainly not worth exploring, you don't understand your divinity. So we, for whatever reason, we have not yet understood our own divinity, our own pristine being. That's what we haven't understood yet. And he says it's not worth exploring. Why? Why we are not able to do it is not important. But we just know that we are grander than who we think we are, and we have temporarily forgotten the understanding of our own divinity. Right? And this gives us an opening in our thought process. Well, okay, what is it that we need to now know about us? So then he says, oh yes, on the surface, we give lip service to what we are. You have been told, you repeat, and you believe you are made in the image of God. So when we are little ones, we are told you are made in the image of God, or in some cultures, they say you are God. All these things we just intellectually hear and accept them as a statement. He is calling it just when we find it easy to say that. We just give lip service to what we are on the surface, right? And you have been told to repeat, and you repeat easily. And it is comfortable and easy to say, I am made in the image of God. It's very comfortable to say and repeat that I am made in the image of God. So usually very few people may have rejection of this thought. Most people will accept it. And this, so what he's saying, this step-by-step guide merely allows you to experience and know that image. That image that we have not imagined yet. So this step-by-step guide will allow you to experience it and know your own image beyond your imagination. Who are you? What are your qualities? What is the life of someone made in the image of God? Very big sentence here. So we will know, we will experience what would be the life of a person who's really made in the image of God. Conceptually, we have learned, intellectually we know we are made in the image of God, or we accept we are made in the image of God, but we do not really know what would be the life of someone who is made in the image of God. So that we will know. The answers to these questions are the experiences of this course. So experientially we will know the answers to each one of those questions. Right? What would be the life of a person who is made in the image of God? That experientially, when you know, your total concept of life will change. Notice the structure of that divine truth. Right? So now he's talking, now we are going to use that basis. I am made in the image of God. Now he says, look at the structure of this truth. I am made in the image of God. I am. So what we have to look at, I am. That is the present tense. It doesn't say I was once made in the image of God. No, it says I am now in the image of God. Present tense. I am made in the image of God. Very carefully try to feel this sentence. I am made. That's what it is. I am already made. Again, it says neither you are being made nor that you will be made. It says God created you in His image. The act is completed. You are completely made. You are completely made in the image of God. So that creation is already complete. It is not incomplete in any way. So when we talk about evolution, evolution is one aspect of our development, but the creation is already complete. Nothing more is being created. Evolution is the process of unfolding of the understanding. That is evolution. So this is a very deep thing to grasp and digest, that creation is already. So like everything that you see around you it exists at the present moment. So nothing you can do will ever change this or has ever changed this very divine truth, that I am made in the image of God, cannot be changed. Nothing. That is the key to this course. So this sentence, I am made in the image of God, is the key to this course. It teaches you nothing, for you are now already everything. You are already made, right? So nothing new is being taught here. It helps you to evolve nowhere, right? It helps you to evolve nowhere. We are not going to evolve, for you are now already perfectly evolved, he says. It does, however, make a slight correction in your thinking. So that correction in thinking part is what I call as evolving. Right? It brings to you the experience of your true self. So what happens through this step-by-step guide? We get the experience of our own true self, who we really are, experientially, right? Not intellectually. Intellectually, that sentence has always been there with us, but we never experienced it. So, what this guide is going to do, it will help us in small, small steps to experience it by ourselves. One of the reasons you have lost the meaning of being made in the image of God is that we are using a very small part of that God made. So, what God made, we are using a very small part of it. And that is perhaps the reason why we have lost the meaning of the word, the sentence, we are made in the image of God, because we are not using that image in totality. So why use only one candle in the darkness when you have floodlights? So why use that little portion of your grand self? Right? He says, when you have floodlights, what's the use of using just a torchlight? Your beautiful, incredible body is just the tip of the iceberg. So this body, he says, the body which we all can see physically, is just a tip of the iceberg. Less than a tip. Your sight, touch, hearing, taste, and smell reveal only the smallest part of your creation. So the five senses that we use to exist, or to know our existence, those five senses limit us. They can only see what is physical, and which he says is only a tip of the iceberg that you are. Beyond what you think you are is your true self, alive, vibrating in love, and the source of your happiness and your abundance. So, beyond this physical body, there is a live existence of yourself which is vibrating in love. It is completely alive, and it is also the source of our happiness and our abundance. All the happiness and abundance actually comes from there. We think we created it, right? But that the source is there. It is the self that you will easily and systematically get to know again. Now we will easily and systematically, two things. It's simple, easy, and systematic. The process which we will go through. We will get to know that again, that our grand self, we will know it again. Why is using the word again? Because we have come from there only. So we know it exists, we have just forgotten. And as you realize who you are, your true qualities become self-evident. The more we know ourselves, we begin to see our own qualities, which are our true qualities. They will begin to surface, and you might think of them coming to the surface or being awakened, even though they are neither asleep nor hidden. So those qualities he is mentioning here, those qualities were not hidden or sleeping. They always existed fully alive and functioning. We just never connected to that. Right? That's where the difference was. So that is he is explaining why we have not witnessed our own grand self. So what are those qualities then? Well, just think for a few minutes of the qualities you would give God. What qualities will you give to God? So he is kind of hinting to us that you are God in a way, right? The qualities of God. Now, without modesty or humility or bashfulness, give those qualities to yourself. So first think, what qualities would you give God? What do you think God has? What qualities does God have? And now, without any shame or bashfulness or humility, accept them as your qualities. They are yours. God gave you the same qualities He has Himself. You are made in His image. So just because we are made in His image, those qualities are available to us as well. The same qualities that God has. So here, one, I would want to draw your awareness to one thing that all of you have experienced. Whatever be your understanding in about God in your mind, all of it mostly is a combination of qualities, a set of qualities. So in our Indian culture, we have several gods, and nobody ever questions how can God be so many. We also, in the scriptures, they also say there is only one God. And how can there be Krishna and then Vishnu and Brahma and all this? Why? Where from? So if you pay attention to that, each one of those, I call them characters, each one of those characters have a set of qualities. They signify a bunch of qualities. To you, how do you distinguish Hanumanji from Ramji? Because they are two distinct set of qualities. They have different qualities. That's all. The rest of it is story. But the identification is based on their qualities. Right? So, in this whole book, we talk only about God qualities. So basically, what we are talking about, take the qualities of each one of those characters who are enacting God, take all those qualities and bring them together. Those are God qualities in totality. And that is what is the basis of our book. The entire book we are going to be learning about that, understanding that. And that when we experientially know each one of those qualities, we will begin to know what would be the life of a person who lives in the image of God. It's just the set of qualities. You live those qualities and you are in the image of God. Right? That's what this whole thing, I connect the whole knowledge like that. So now we will talk about one quality at a time. God is light, the light of the world. So you are light, light that brightens the darkest corner. That is your heritage. So light again here is, there are two connotations to the word light, two meanings. One is the brightness, that basically when you put light on something, you can see it, it becomes visible. Other aspect of light, we all know, the meaning is also knowledge, knowing. So we say that, oh, my bulb went on, right? What would that mean? That I now know, that knowing, the knowledge part of it. So that's who we are. This is our heritage. We have that characteristic. That attribute is built in each one of us as inherent. It's part of us. And what does that light do? It brightens the darkest corner. Just by being there. It doesn't do anything. Then the next quality, God is love. You are love. In fact, everything in all of creation is made of love. God's love permeates everything. This word permeates, just try to feel the word. What would it be like if I am love? Because God is love, I am love, and the entire creation, once again, is image of God only. That means entire creation is love. And he says God's love permeates everything. It's nature of everything. It's embedded in everything. That's the meaning of permeation. There is no part where it is not there. There is nothing in physical realm. So that same love is your love. God's love is your love. It's no different. So think of the implications of this, just this one knowing. The consequences are far reaching, right? So as we begin to digest this understanding, the more we digest, the more you begin to see, well, what it establishes, right? The example that Ajay ji several times gives about gold ornaments, right? Gold is the basic element that makes each one of those ornaments, which are all different. If you remove gold from the ornaments, they don't remain ornaments anymore. That is the meaning of gold permeates all the ornaments. So think about entire existence now. Love permeates everything. God's love or my love, it's the same love. That means everything in creation has this common thing. And that is our connection also. We will learn more about it later on. So it has far reaching implications, this understanding the concept. And if you have just this concept alone, if you have digested, you will begin to see everyone as one. You will see everyone as image of God automatically. So next quality of God he talks about here is God is happiness, joy and bliss. Three things together, right? Happiness, joy and bliss, they kind of feel good. Basically all three have common thing is we feel good. These are three different words, slightly different meaning. Happiness is it comes and goes. Joy stays forever. Bliss is permanent, right? These are a few differences between them, but all three qualities, he says, these are God qualities, and you are also happiness. He doesn't say you are happy, you are happiness, you are joy, you are bliss. That means created already in the present moment. That is your nature, nothing less. So it's our nature, right? If you uncover everything that you are putting on, what you will see beneath everything is this: happiness, joy, and bliss. God is perfect. So that is the next quality we are talking about is God is perfect. Of course, that's also obvious. But you perfect? Now, in accepting this quality that God is perfect, and the next implication is because God is perfect, I am perfect. But is it really so? This is going to bother you. Now, isn't that going too far? Not one iota. You are that same perfection, and that includes perfect health, perfect thoughts, perfect action, perfect everything. Mind is going to debate this, right? So for the moment, just hang on to this concept. This is, I find, most difficult that people find in terms of acceptance. How can I be perfect? You simply need to be functioning as one perfect whole self. When you function in God's qualities, then you will see that you are actually everything which you don't consider perfect will actually become perfect. This is, I'm saying this from personal experience, and also I am going to explain at some point about the definition of perfect that we have is where the problem is, right? Can let me finish this and then I will ask you this question. Be ready. What do you think perfect is? What is your perfection? Right? Then you will, when you debate on that one simple thing, you will understand what I'm talking about. So God is peace and gentleness. These are the other qualities that he is talking about. Peace and gentleness. That means he is not peaceful. He is peace itself. And so am I. You are peace, peace of mind without turmoil, without attacks. You are just the same, you are just the simple innocence of enjoying life as it is created. This sentence is so deep. You are just the simple innocence of enjoying life as it is created. So, as an innocent being, if you are able to enjoy the life as it was created, without meddling with it, without interfering with it, then you are um, living. That's what we are meant for, meant to be living as, just as innocent beings, right? That's what this entire God's abundance is. All the forces of nature are yours. No, sorry. God is abundance. Everything is one with God. So first he talked about peace and gentleness, which peace and gentleness is our inherent quality. We live in innocence and just meant to enjoy that innocence. That's what we are supposed to be. Then he talks about God is abundance. Everything is one with God. So God is abundance itself, and we are one with everything is one with God. That means everything is part of that abundance. Right? That same abundance is one with you. So we are also part of the same very abundance. All the forces of nature are yours to satisfy all desires and needs. Stay there with this sentence. All the forces of nature are yours. He has not used the word powers. Forces of nature are yours to satisfy all desires and needs. They are meant to satisfy our desires and needs. That is the purpose of all the forces of nature. You will need to sit with this for some time and dwell on this sentence when you are sitting and thinking about this, reading this chapter. Spend some time there. Everything is available to me for what? Fulfillment of my desires and needs. And then when you digest this little bit, your mind is going to revolt. It will say, well, how can I? Several questions will come. The very big barrier that we have comes from our grooming, the belief system that you are not supposed to consume calm, vasana. These words have been attached to utilization of the abundant resources that are available to us. And we begin to think negative about it. They are meant there for us only. We are meant to be abundance only. We are part of the abundance. Everything is for us. We limit ourselves by creating those thoughts. So anyway, that we will dwell with later on. But we are abundance is a very basic thing. We need to, each one of these things, when you adapt or accept these as your qualities, there will be inner turmoil, and that turmoil will open up your knowledge. Where have I been so far? Of course, the key is to be operating from your whole self with love, joy, light, peace, and all the other qualities of God. So, when does this happen? When we live with all the qualities of God. That's when we become abundance. We become peace. We become gentleness. We become love. We become light. When we begin to live like the God. That is the key understanding here. So these are just a sampling of God's qualities. You can surely multiply this list tenfold. In each instance, His qualities are yours too. So when you begin to develop this list for yourself, know that each one of those is your quality as well. When you are unified, you operate with all His qualities. Then you operate with the entire set, the whole set, when you are unified. Now, what is hidden behind this sentence? When you are unified means unified with what? Your own invisible existence, which is vibrating in love. It is perfect. It has all the qualities that we get as being in the image of God, because that is big part of the image created, and it has all the qualities. Only this little portion called the body that we are experiencing has decided not to use those qualities, and that is the primary cause of the experiences that we create, right? So but rest of ourselves, that big iceberg, still has all the qualities. So what will happen when this tiny bit of me that I know merges or unifies with the grand self? All these tiny things will dilute and vanish. Then I begin to live in that way, my true qualities. And then my experiences will naturally be the experiences that God should be having. Right? That is important to. I am giving you these thoughts so you can dwell on it, right? When you are reading, dwell on these thoughts. Each day, as early as practical, read this chapter. So now he's talking a little bit about the practices. So what practices we have to do? The first thing he says, each day, as early as practical, read this chapter. Read it slowly, understanding each sentence before going to the next. So like I am doing right now, I am demonstrating to you the way I read, and the same process he is also asking us to do. Read sentence at a time and go deeper into it slowly. Then for 5 or 10 minutes, sit comfortably with your eyes closed. Allow your attention to center in your heart and feel God's love, your love pulsating there. So this is the exercise we have to do. Read the chapter, center in your heart and feel the love. Right now, the process, the exercise is to feel the love, which is God's love and my love too. Right? It's the same. That's the first exercise. So what he says, don't fight thoughts. At that time when you sit down with your eyes closed, heart centered, thoughts will be there. Don't fight them. Just let them bubble on the surface. If your mind wanders away from your heart, gently lead it back. So be gentle. Lead your mind back. You will be able to see in your awareness that I am wandering into the thoughts. This exercise is simply to enjoy, and be sure to do it every day this week. Just for enjoying. We are not creating an outcome of it. Right? The purpose is to just enjoy. Sit heart-centered, feel your love after reading the chapter. Throughout the day. Now this is step 2. So first part is to do this as early as possible in the morning. Why does he recommend as early as possible in the morning? Because in the morning when you wake up, you are partially in meditative state. Your subconscious is partially open. So in that state, when you read something, it goes directly into your subconscious. You absorb it very quickly. There is no mental disturbance also at that time. Right? So whatever you read will go deep. Please try to do it that way. So my suggestion would be that you may even want to actually um, create a schedule for yourself. Create a specific time slot for yourself. Well, okay, I normally wake up at 6 in the morning. Let me wake up half an hour earlier and I will do this exercise. Only for this exercise, I am creating a time slot. So, as soon as you wake up, wash your face and sit down with the book and read the chapter for that day. Right? This you can do actually throughout for everything. Read the chapter slowly, as he's mentioning here, and try, and you will see that the um, process of absorbing the content will become very easy, much easier in the morning. There is no disturbance, everyone is sleeping, you are happily able to do what you need to do. And centering in the heart also becomes very easy in the morning. So, all this process will become very easy. So, step one is to read the book, feel your love in your heart center. Then, what do you do throughout the day? Whenever you think about it, enjoy the thought, God is love, so I am love. Right? This thought just keep in your mind throughout the day. Whenever you have a chance, just remember this thought, God is love, so I am love. God is love, so I am love. You may find the love feeling pulsating in your heart. So, when you do this activity, you will find that your uh, feeling of love in your heart becomes much prominent when you think that thought, right? So now enjoy that feeling of love as your inheritance. That feeling of love which you feel at that time is your inheritance. So just enjoy it. There is no other purpose. Just dwell in that state. Begin to recognize that state of yours. You have one last exercise this week. So these are two things we have learned. The third thing is, after you have gone to bed and said the last good nights to your loved ones, lie quietly with the attention once again in your heart. So at bedtime, once you have retired finally to the bed, bring your awareness to the heart center again when you are lying down. This time, think of some of the qualities of God. For each quality, recognize that you also have that quality, even if it seems pros- preposterous, sorry, to you. So even if it feels odd, not acceptable, right, to you, then even then you accept those qualities. These are the qualities of God, and you don't have to have the whole bunch, right? You can, whichever, whatever you feel at the time. Let's say you are lying in bed with your eyes closed, centered in your heart, and suddenly you get this thought, well, what are those God qualities? I know God is love. Feel that. This I am love as well. I am love, that feeling when you are centered in your heart and then in bedtime will settle with you. In that, remembering such of those qualities of God, whatever comes to your mind, it could be anything. And those qualities accepting for yourself and then being there with that. Then quietly go to sleep with thoughts of God's and yours qualities. So now he says God's qualities and yours qualities. With those thoughts, go to sleep. Right? Once you go to sleep in that state, you wake up in that state. This is the um, third exercise that we need to repeat every day throughout this week. Very simple exercise. I don't see any constraints in being able to practice this. It can very easily be adapted to our normal cycle of the day, right? So, um, this is where I will stop my sharing, and we can now talk about whatever questions you may have. You may want to ask something about this. Let me see if Preeti is back here. Yeah, okay. Yes, Preeti, do you want to add something to this?
Thank you, Shaileshi. Very beautiful reading, and many times we read and it just connects deeply. So I can only suggest everybody to read and reread because the depth is so much and it is ever unfolding. Thank you, Shaileshi. You're on mute. No?
Yeah, Atmavandan to all. It was a beautiful reading. I have just one question. When we say God is abundance, in that the same abundance is one with you. All the forces of nature are yours. What do they mean by all nature are yours? To satisfy the desires and needs. I didn't understand that sentence.
Yes, so everything in nature is yours to have. This is what it means. All forces of nature are
Like
yours. Everything.
example,
Example, everything around you. The air that you breathe, the light that you bask in, the sun, the moon, the earth, the planet, the resources on earth, the food that you have around you, everything is yours to have.
thank you. Thank you so much. You
Right?
made it very
That's what
easy.
it means. Yeah, yeah.
Nature forces, if we ponder upon, we will find so many we never cared or thought about. We are too busy in our day to day cookie cutter life, right? So we do not have time to look at the nature and see what is given to us and why we are making the life so difficult. When
Yes,
truly only where I find myself and when I can act through my whole self, I can live this life what God made for us as a whole entire human being. So reading the book is one thing, and summarizing it, understand what is the purpose of living with the God qualities. Am I not living with the God qualities till now? I have been living in love. I have been living happiness and joy. What is different here? The difference is that understanding of living that love, the love that we have been living is very much conditional, man-made, societal, and also even in that there is a presence of love. Only once we understand what is the true meaning of love. So that God's love is your love and is in everything. It permeates everything. There's nothing untouched. Whatever is created, nothing is untouched without that love. So recognizing all these qualities and exuberating in what we do, then we live like a life of whole human being, entire human being, or a life of being unified. So living with all these qualities. So first we have to realize these qualities. So the beautiful practices suggested by centering in our heart, you find that pulse and you stay there, then you start feeling, make your experience, you start feeling all this joy, peace, abundance. You start recognizing abundance the way it is defined here, that everything is there out for your need, your desire. It is not um, given priority to somebody, right? Somebody is so important, so this and this belongs to this person. The sun rises and the light goes to everybody and everything. It's the same way. Can I not see it? Is it not fulfilling my desire, my needs? So what am I supposed to be doing then? So that is where our uh, quest goes on, and it brings the innate nature, that nectar from within, that we start living in day-to-day life.
yes. Each one of us is that innocence which is here to experience life as it was made. This has a very deep understanding. This is more about being childlike, experiencing life as it was made without poking our nose, right? So that part of it is also very significant in this chapter. Uh, Another aspect that I would like to bring your awareness to is, in this chapter, we are introducing love as a concept. Our definition of love, as we have known so far, will change when you begin to understand this. Now, love is not an act. It is not an action. Now, love is the very fundamental of everything. There is no action involved there. So, we are learning a new understanding of the thing we call love. The
By
word
feeling it,
from
that feeling of gentle pulsation is holding us in that space of love. And when we are living from there, when we are speaking from that space, when we are doing things from that space, we start adding that element of love in everything, in every act.
Thank you. Chaliye, let's hear Achala ji. We will try to conclude your questions quickly because we have to go through the quiet period practice as well today.
And we'll
Yes,
also
Achala.
do a little overview with the activity workbook.
Yeah.
So, one of the qualities uh, that God is described is omnipotent, meaning all powerful. Like we see that in certain imbalanced nature's forces, like hurricanes or tsunami, and like and like activated that omnipotent type of force. So I always have difficulty comprehending, understanding that if you are made in the image of God, then what is that omnipotent within us? Can you little bit shed
What?
light on,
Okay.
please?
So what is tsunami made of?
Powerful, some force that creates nature to go in balance.
And who created it? It is
Nature's,
integral part. It is integral part of what we call as nature. Just like we are. Each one of us is the same as the tsunami. We are no different. We are part of the same nature. This is what he's trying to explain. Everything is made of love. Love permeates everything. The word every includes everything. No exceptions. Tsunami and earthquakes, floods, it's all part of the same love. We just don't understand the word love. The problem is there. We have
And
our
we
own
also
way.
don't understand the word of perfection. So that is
Yes,
also
yes, yeah,
included here.
exactly. So these understandings we will develop slightly. It's a very good thing you have this question in mind because you are beginning to now feel it, right? When you are beginning to feel it, you will have questions. The word force itself, I repeated that. Understand the word force, not power, force, right? So why is it force? Why not power, right? Just think about it. The more we try to dwell deeper into this the content of this chapter, the more we will understand the wrong definitions that we have in our mind. We have created definitions, and then because of those incorrect definitions, we keep on feeling bad about everything.
Based on our good and bad, our judgment, our mind. So our mind is defining what is pure in itself in nature. What if you have a virus and you don't get a fever?
yes, I
What
got it.
if you have foreign objects in your body and your body doesn't throw it out? What is that? nature
Right.
is showing when it is throwing things out.
Absolutely. Right. So the
But
way.
her question was different, actually. Her question
Okay.
was
Yeah.
how do I live that omnipotent quality of God? Although that what quality is not talked here, it is talked in part two.
Mm. Okay.
And it's he says that you can definitely extend these qualities 10 times, right? These are just the surface of what I said. Like if you have to see God or feel God or think about God, that's what you would think. So this chapter, particular chapter, is giving a set of qualities, and I would like to ponder upon that deeply because then only I can think bigger, right? Your quest is a bigger understanding or deeper understanding of the God qualities, right?
Mhm.
So just look at your life and like as a Chela who is a tiny baby, infants growing in as a toddler, and then you are growing into a kid body, adult, and all that. So in that phase, are you not living that qualities? Just that a spectrum is expanding, but we are not recognizing anything great in it.
Yes. Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank
the
you.
the also we are learning, or we are trying, uh, going through dismantling of our definitions now. One thing is love, the other one is God. God also is just a concept. Yes. I don't
Yes.
know how many of you know the concept of God is just about probably 1,000 years old, right? The, the concept, this is a concept actually. So it
Mm.
is it was created for a reason. It has a purpose. Of course, nothing wrong with that. All I am saying is be open to dismantling the definitions and then expanding the understanding. When you go to start going there, then you will start seeing, instead of who am I, you will begin to think, what am I? Right? That's the expansion. Then that expansion leads to understanding what God is, not who God is.
We all have to check our definitions of God. That is very first activity we should do. Because
Yes.
if many people we just yes, there is God or something we created in our head, but then we start leaving things on him. Even being Sakshi, okay, I'm Sakshi. It's the concept is not understood well, then we you know every definition is unfit. Definition of God is not used properly. Okay, I'm
And
not doing, God
everybody
will
has
take care of
a
it. God will see, God will do that. So we are not ready to take our part on it. So that is what also is clarified in this chapter. And he's
Yeah.
saying that you have all the quality, you just need to correct your thinking. And this book will give you that experience. Step by step, you go and unfold, and you will create your experience like that. So first our
So
awareness has to go inward and then start seeing that what we are living today.
when we start dwelling on qualities, then we do not limit the concept of God or being God to a person. Qualities will exist in everything. Then I
Mhm.
am not just a human, I am beyond the human. I am the trees, I am the mountain, I am the moon, I am the sun.
That is
I can be, right? I
omnipotent
can
answer.
be. Yeah. So
Yeah.
to understand that, to be able to accept that, we have to remove that who from here. Who should become what? Right? That's
Mhm.
why he is not talking of persons. He's talking of qualities only. And
Yes. Yes.
qualities can be there in everything.
And that is how we say also, I'm happy, right? That's how we say, I'm happy. So it means we are talking about our own qualities in different times.
Mhm.
When I'm giving and receiving love, I am love. right? So it's just I'm emphasizing on these qualities, but so far my awareness is not there. Now Babaji is saying that you take your awareness there.
Uh-huh.
So
Yes.
beautiful, the concept of love that permeates everything. Again, it is that example of being omnipotent. And once you become one with that love, once you start feeling that love, then only you can start knowing that how omnipotent you are, that capacity of loving everything and everybody as same.
That's
The
beautiful.
example you gave was on the negative side, but again here the example is on the positive side. That how am I omnipotent? Just by loving everything as it is, appreciating, taking care. These are all expression of love.
But
Yes. Very good.
yes,
Beautiful.
so
Thank
start slightly deeper thinking, and also be aware in your awareness. Um, keep a watch on your belief system coming in the way.
Mhm.
It tries to limit you, right? So
Yes.
be aware, be open, right? Okay,
Yeah.
where is this coming from? Why do I think like this? Why have I got this discomfort from this aspect? Right? That discomfort will lead you to the source of the problem. Right? That is how it is. So the the way we as human beings, the way we see everything around us is polluted. It is not the innocence that we are supposed to be, right?
When that
that's
line
why
has,
that's why we are not able to experience it the way we are supposed to.
even this
Okay.
line has this deeper meaning that you are made to live that innocence of life the way it is made. So if life is throwing up surprises, we are just catching with that expression of being, okay. So that is what the experience of God also. Okay, if it doesn't matter, it doesn't have to be, you know, what you think is perfect. The way you deal your pain, the way you look at the situation, surroundings, everything is that. And you are that simple innocence living life. So you don't cry if you have something, some illnesses or some bad situation, difficult situation. It is just because and your uh, this potential that you are talking about, but you forgot to live it. Just like we go to the market and we forgot that, okay, I have put my purse in my pocket and now I start begging to get things, right? Now
Mhm.
somebody will come, okay, you put your purse in your pocket, left pocket, right pocket, you'll check. Then you'll say, okay, maybe inside I kept somewhere. So you'll check inside out everywhere. And then you'll say, oh, I got it now. And then you start spending like that. Right? Otherwise, you will, what do you do? Oh, how miserable I am. I don't have money to buy food for my family and all that. So these are simple correlation that, what happens when we forget that this is what we were made and it's the ultimate truth. Nobody can change it. And how we have been living our life.
Yes.
So it's just revelation, right? You
Yes.
already, your intrinsic qualities are still the same. They have never changed. Intrinsic qualities, right? We have just put on a garb on top of it. What we are living as, and that's what we are trying to uncover now, slowly and gradually, going deeper and understanding. So now at least everyone should be able to feel proud about one thing, that I now experience God 24 hours of the day, 7 days a week, all through the year.
I cannot take it away. In every smile, in every
Yeah.
sharing, in
Yes.
every joy,
Yes.
I see the presence of God
Yeah. You
in
don't
me,
need
in everybody
need the
else.
darshan anymore. Yeah. You don't need the darshan anymore. You are
Wow.
living in that, right? That's what we have to understand. This understanding, once you dwell on it, allow it to seep deeper in your being, and it's once you are out of the way. it will sink so quickly because that's you who you are. There will be no resistance other than your conscious mind.
In
So
past few
this is
sessions, you also said, Shailaji, you change your identity and you change your life. So you, the same Achala will act differently in different shoes, right? So now know what you are, and then you start
exactly.
acting from that. And it won't give any satisfaction to anybody else, but it will give satisfaction to myself. Oh, yes, I'm living love. I'm living joy. I'm experiencing, this is what the experience of God is, what I've been looking for. I didn't know what God is like.
Yeah.
Yes.
That is the deeper satisfaction that we receive.
Today,
I
let
had
me give you one
passed.
more concept. Okay, yes, please.
Yesterday, I had a party at home. I opened to having people over, and it shocked me. Their perception of me was they didn't have a clue. I appeared to them as perfect, very vibrant, healthier than ever, energetic than ever. And I was just hearing it as I also was practicing hearing this, being in my heart center and this social interaction. I was checking on myself when I was in my heart center, when I was not. It was very beautiful experience, actually. Yes, and I felt like, yes, I am learning. I am following the course. It gave me that assurance. So thank you.
You
Yes.
are doing great. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so
This is
much.
practicing. Now you are practicing. And
Yes.
practicing creates experience.
Yes.
Right? This is the beautiful thing. We are also learning. These are all peripheral learnings we are going to have through this course. Although we are doing some activity, but associated with that activity, there is so much more learning happening. Just like you send a kid to the school to study, but the kid learns much more than the study in the school. How to be in a
Yes.
public place, what is the meaning of a friend, how do people talk, how they behave. So much more they learn beyond the books, right? By going to school. So same thing in this process, we are learning so many more skills unconsciously. That's the beauty of this book. So one quick concept I want to also share with you, will give you food for thought, and that is about, we all have heard the elders in the family, their desire, the ultimate desire is Ishwar ka darshan. You know, they want to have a vision of God. Have you ever thought what this means? Ishwar ka darshan. Ishwar is a concept. Darshan is philosophy. The meaning of the word darshan means philosophy, not vision. Vision also is again a philosophy. So if I am able to understand the concept of God properly, I've had Ishwar ka darshan.
Mm. Yes.
Experiencing God. And experiencing God, he has explained in this chapter so beautifully. You can experience God by practicing the qualities of God. Live like the God. And you have the Ishwar ka darshan. Right?
Mm.
So these are small things that keep on occurring in my head, and I keep sharing with all of you. It will simply trigger thought process in you. That's the purpose. Chaliye. Thank you, Achila ji. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, yes. Yeah. Yes, Swastika ji, you can unmute. Yeah.
I don't have much to say. I just wanted to I wasn't able to join live for many days, and so today I just at office to join it
Hmm.
because I didn't
Good.
want to miss this group consciousness. And yeah, reading the chapter, I was writing like when the chapter was being read, my mind was saying, I'm mad. And I wrote, like, if my mind is saying I'm mad, but the truth is that I'm divine. My mind is saying that I have so much of anger and I want to beat someone else, but truth is that I'm love. So I'm trying to ponder on it. Yeah, that's it.
So the rejection of I am mad in your mind is because you think mad is bad. What you are learning in this chapter, mad is also love. Man is also created in the image of God. That mad is lovable. It's just an expression of God only, nothing else. Accept that mad as part of you. All of us have that mad. There is nobody, no exception in this. That mad is existing in all of us. And just we have to learn to accept it. Yes, it's part of me. And it is part of my perfection. Don't reject that mad. Just
You got the key swastika today. No rejection, whatever comes in your head.
give
No
it the love.
rejection to what you are sharing. Just embrace it.
we, we have to dismantle those concepts that we have been hanging on to one by one, right? Dismantling is important. We need to necessarily do it. Mad is not bad. That's as lovable as anyone else. They are all created in the image of God, all of them. And the one inside you, what you call as mad, is also lovable, is created in the image of God. It's just another expression. If I ask you, what would be that one word which can define good and bad together? One word. The word
Perfect.
is different. Why are good and why are they two different things? Because they are different. This is good, this is bad, they are different. So when you start looking at everything that it's just different, then your definition of good and bad goes away. There is nothing good, nothing bad. Everything is just different. They are unique expressions. Just one word. So when you think of mad, it's just different. That's it. Why add good or bad to it? Right? That's when you begin to understand nature. Nature has everything included in it, which includes the bad, good, and ugly. Everything. It's part of the nature. We have to learn to accept that. And as we begin to learn to accept it, we are creating a better understanding, a different understanding, which will help us experience the qualities of God, just living like God. Because God created everything, if that is what the concept is, if God created everything, He created it with love. Nothing else.
But I cannot imagine God being mad.
Why not?
What
These
is
are
the
the
definition
barriers.
of mad first?
Uh-huh.
He is mad only why
Mad,
he's been creating for so many ages and ages and ages. And after one people, he made another and another. When we look alike, we work like same person, like human. But why he's been creating? He's a mad person. Why not?
Understand what your mad is. Everybody will have a definition of mad. Sometimes people, when they are angry, they call he is mad at me. Anger also is considered mad. So what
I
is
say
the
mad
meaning?
because there is like so contrasting emotion at the same time.
Yes. So your understanding of mad is a person who thinks faster than he can handle. That is
Yeah.
the person who's called mad. Thinks faster than he can handle. So check the flow of thoughts. Work with the thoughts. They are flowing faster. That's why your mind is telling you I am mad.
Hmm.
It's good
You are
work
not
for you
able
to
to
find the
process.
definition of mad. Mm.
Yeah, it's an indication to you, okay, you need to dwell on it. Mad is all about the mind. So function, start working with your mind. But in my understanding, everything is just different. That's all it is. Nothing is either good, bad, or ugly, none of that. I don't want to give any adjectives to that.
Hmm.
They are just different, unique in their own way.
And there's a purpose for everything. So I wanted to share one experience, but I think we will be late. So can we, if we have any, we'll listen to Ajayji. If we have any questions related to the explanation, we can talk now. Otherwise, we can do experience sharing later.
Yeah, sure. Yes, Ajayji, you can unmute, please.
Atmanban and Beleji, Pritiji, and all the masters. I was just thinking about like if we take a case of a dreamer and the dream world is created by the dreamer. So that means every part of the dream world, when you touch, you are touching the dreamer. So now just imagine, and then when the dreamer makes him a dream character. See, I'm walking on the road in, say, MG Road in Bangalore, some car comes and hits me, or in the jungle, a tiger comes and, I'm faced with it, he's running after me. So who created this dream world? I created as a dreamer. I created that tiger, and also I created my own dream character. So dream character now is afraid in the dream world, but he is the whole fellow who has created the whole thing. So it is the God who has created. That means you have created the whole universe. Now the moment you limit yourself, you're saying, oh, God has created, then your suffering starts. But the moment you realize that you are that dreamer, you are nothing other than the God, and the whole creation is yours. So you live a life, what Unified is talking about, I think.
You are absolutely correct. That's what it is actually, right? We limit ourselves and then uh, don't understand why am I so limited. So it's our own creation and we struggle with it. And that's how we are beginning to learn and evolve. So yes, through Unified, this is what we are trying to do: dismantle some of those concepts which are not useful any longer. They don't serve any purpose anymore. So we can dismantle and then build onto it with or replace them with slightly different concepts, and then we start understanding, well, okay, why would somebody create? And in the book itself we will learn more about that. The whole universe was created by a thought, a single thought, right? So all that we will dwell with it. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ajay. Yes, Supriya ji, can you quickly unmute and then we will proceed further.
So I would want to ask, like we are relating all the qualities of God as our own self.
Hmm.
But if I look at myself, I am a businesswoman. I know that we have to be manipulative. I know we have to work as a business. We need to earn. How do I relate this that God is just like me, is making profit ventures, is okay giving different rates to the people at different prices? How do I say God is the same as me? And how do I run a living if I have to be that honest?
Right. So your definition of God is different.
I
No,
feel
and also the
I feel
understanding, being in the image of God. You are the image of God.
So do you feel God
You
is
are
also
defining yourself as God. So that's the thin line it is given here. Your
should
experience is
I?
your experience, what you are creating. But you are creating with your mind, with your free will, right? But you are made in the image of God and there is a gap.
And if the whole day, if I have to be heart-centered, will my heart feel like I am not as honest as a God wants me to be? The whole day, how can I center in my heart with going for business deals?
Why not?
You try it
Oh,
first. Don't question it. Try it first, and then you will know the answer. Try it.
Okay, we try.
Yeah, we make a lot of assumptions because of our limited thinking, right? That if I don't tell a lie, that deal is going to turn into a loss. I want to make more money, so I can tell a lie and then get away with it. This is mine. This is normal. Nothing wrong. But when you are heart centered, you will begin to see that universe is going to put things in place in such a way that it will be win-win for everyone.
Okay,
You have not tried that, right? You have not even thought about that option.
yeah,
That is limitation of the mind. So my suggestion is, before challenging the concept, try it.
perfect, sir, perfect. You
Yes.
have
Are
opened
you
the
able to
channel.
center yourself in heart, Supriyaji?
Yes, when I am not there in my work, when I'm at home, I'm centered. But when I'm at work, I feel that how can I center myself when I know that it is not true what every businessman is not honest. I know we cannot run a business if we are honest.
But you also know that your thoughts create reality. You also know that everybody around you and the way they are is your invitation to them,
Ma'am, 2
right?
rupees thing to be sold for 2.5 also, 50 paisa extra, and we are saying I am the image of God and I'm heart centered.
So extra, what is wrong in putting that extra 50 paisa?
God is
All the
honest.
forces
I'm
of
not.
nature is yours.
He's being honest only by giving it for 250. He's not being
Okay, sir.
dishonest. The purpose of business is to make money, and he is honest to the purpose. What is wrong,
Okay, sir. Yes.
right?
Yeah,
He is
can
not.
feel that.
Think about it. So, if someone comes to you and says, "Oh, it's for 250, I will give you 3 rupees," what will you do? Is that a possibility?
Frankly, I'll take 2.5 only because I have taken before. I don't know why am I that way.
No, no.
I'll
But
correct
think,
him.
what I am saying is that is also a possibility. Open up to possibilities,
Okay, sir.
right?
Surely.
Allow the universe to give you those infinite possibilities, just not limit to what your mind is giving you. That's what the
But,
exercise is about, right? Opening up.
okay,
But
sure, sir.
very
Try
beautifully,
it.
you have
And,
added this perspective to living with God quality, Supriyaji. We think that what would change? That's what I was saying, right? Am I not living all these qualities, or how is it different living these qualities? How the life is different? And for that, we have to experience, right? We cannot think the same way we have been thinking in this new space, in heart space. I have not given myself that opportunity to express, to live, to create my experience. When I know, because last 24 days, that's what we did, right? That everything we create in our head, in our mind, all our experiences. So beautifully, we had little wisdom sharing to think upon that, taking that responsibility. Okay, it is my creation, and then, but what is the solution? And we kept telling that when the unified will start, we will know what to do. We will resolve the issues.
Yes,
So we are
yes.
into that, and now we have to create experience. One day you will come and share. Okay, this is what happened today.
Sure, ma'am, sure. I have to be open first. Then everything will flow in. Surely. Thank
Let
you.
the
Thank
old go and let the new come, and it will happen. Yes, the God has that infinite potential, possibilities. Why we are limiting to something?
Yes, yes, Babaji.
Okay.
Thank you so
All
much.
right. Good. Thank you. Chali. So Preeti,
Understanding
what?
what is a God, what is life when we live with God. Today, I feel totally, truly, God's the presence is limited to temple or to certain days or somewhere. But here, Babaji is inspiring us to live God in every moment. And it will change everything. The line of after the definition of abundance that God made everything and you are one with God. So everything out there is for your usage, for your desire, for your needs. This is the key of the life of a unified human being. What is my life going to be? I'm not going to live like a beggar, but I will always be in awe seeing how nature takes care of me.
Yes, yes.
Allow karna hai. Just know that we are the ones who limit. So let us remove those limits and be party to that abundance,
Sure.
which is already there for us. It's there for us. We just don't see it, right? So let's
I
do that.
just feel
Preeti,
we
what
should
was our
start.
next thing? Let's, yeah.
The workbook activity, just a simple walkthrough so that they can start from tonight.
Okay. So I will do a very quick walkthrough of the workbook,
We will work
and
on
then,
it tomorrow in detail, and then for just today, we'll see.
okay. So here it is. Let me, okay. This is the workbook that we've shared. Every day, the PDF link of the workbook is going to be there in the invitation. So you can always find the workbook from the link in the invitation. I again request that please read the invitation to the end if you have a question. It's there. We try to provide you everything in advance. All right. So this is the workbook part of it. Very important aspect which we are adding to this year's program to help us remain on track. The consistency part of it. When you read the chapter, you have gone through the chapter today. There are 3 things to be done today, right? As per this, so the whole week, 3 types of activities. Now, how will I do it? Will become a very subjective thing. So we've created a set of things which will make it easy for you to include these practices in day-to-day life, right? So this is where it is. Everything contained here comes from the book, right? So we are not changing the uh, chapter's content. We are not changing that. We are just presenting it in a different order. In, I wouldn't say different order, in a segregated manner, right? So here we know what is the purpose of this chapter. We know that. Then there's an affirmation. So this structure is standard for all the chapters. We will follow this structure. We will present the purpose of the chapter. What was the purpose in that chapter? And then there are some affirmations relevant to that specific chapter's topic. Those are available here, which you can use for your memory throughout the day, right? God is love, so I am love. So in this particular lesson, this is a few things, and then there is a space for you to write down these. Writing is a very critical part. That's the purpose of the workbook, though, that you engage in writing your thoughts. That's how you begin to understand what is sitting inside, which is not very obvious to the conscious mind. Subconscious contains a lot of thoughts. By writing, you bring those things out. So
Affirmations are to provoke the subconscious. So the moment you will write like this, you will hear what swastika shared. I am mad, right? So that kind of thought you have to catch when you just write, not like the beautiful handwriting, but live being in present moment with that understanding of feeling then in writing.
then we in every chapter we include this progress tracker. This is more like a checklist for you, that these are the 6 different types of activities you will be doing, and for each activity on each day you can put a check mark here. Whatever you have completed, just put a check mark. What you did not, just leave it there, right? So that's what this is. So the first activity you will be doing will be quiet period practice. Then during your commute, you will be doing certain things. Then during your cooking, if you are cooking, you will be doing certain things. And then rest of the time, while playing with kids or with family members, interactions, going out in the nature, any connections, right? Whatever you do, you will be experiencing and doing some things there. So those are listed there. Reflections. Then at the end of the day, what reflections do it'll be like just a normal noting. Then there is journaling part. In the journaling part, you will have prompts, just to prompt you in terms of thinking. That will probably be helpful, because those prompts will keep you focused on the chapter's content, right? The reflection part is free. Whatever you gone through the day, you are reflecting on your experience of the day. That may or may not directly be connected with the chapter. But when we are doing journaling, it will keep you on track with the chapter so that you are consistent. Okay, so
Just
that.
one thing here, that that chapter reading every morning is, taken for granted. Like we have to do it without a miss, so that is why it's not there. So every day you have to read the chapter, understanding deeply, pondering, thinking, and then start your day.
Okay. All right. So then this is the quiet period practice that you are going to do. So these are some helpful bullets that will help you stay on track with your quiet period practice. So maybe you read it once, and there are some important statements here about the qualities of God. For example, this week we are focused on God qualities, right? So some kind of affirmation, silent affirmations for you during the meditation, right? These are just sort of proposed things. You can substitute your own. And then while you are in meditation, what all are the steps you have to do? So remaining in awareness for several minutes. So not going into trance, right? Resting in the unity of God's presence. This is part of the quiet period practice. So like that,
It is
and then
simply
at
to
the
guide
end,
yourself to
yes,
be in your quiet practice, and that will be different for every chapter.
yes,
So all 7 days
and
you will sit with this practice and conclude your session.
yes. And then at the end of your quiet period practice, you have something, expression of gratitude, right? Just to bring yourself in that state of gratitude as you exit the quiet period. That's that. Then we have included a mandala for you to color your heart. So this is going to help you open up the creative side of you, the heart side of you. When you sit down to color, it may seem like a kid initially, but just be a kid, right? Be in that innocence. This will help you be the innocence slowly. So try, in each chapter, there's a different mandala, right? So you can color this, keep this away for your reference, whatever. Then these are helpful hints for activities that you perform during the day, right? So during commute, what you have to do, as you travel, feel your heart by simply focusing your awareness there. Feel your heart. So when you are traveling, you are sitting. If you are driving, of course you can't do this, but when you are sitting and going somewhere, then remain heart centered, and then inwardly just repeat this: I am centered in God's love. I am centered in God's love. Feel that, right? That feeling will keep you centered. While cooking, what do you do? So while cooking, you are in action mode, right? You are doing things. So what you have to do is imagine God's love flowing through your hands into the meal, right? So whatever you are doing, imagine that God's love, because I am God's love. So whatever I do, my hands are delivering God's love to whatever it is. Then affirm, this food is blessed with God's love and light. That's the affirmation. So keep this thought in your mind. This food is blessed with God's love and light. With that, visualize ingredients glowing with light, right? So God's love and light, you are basically visualizing that this food is impregnated with all that. So this is the simple thing you can do while cooking. Then playing with children, friends and family in the nature. While with people, notice moments of joy, peace or laughter. So keep your awareness on what? Moments of joy, peace and laughter. These are the three things. Be focused on that as expressions of God's love. Those are expressions of the God's love. Rest in your heart and let these qualities radiate outward. So whenever through those interactions, whenever you are able to connect with moments of peace, moments of joy, moments of laughter, immediately bring yourself to the awareness that these are God's quality, God's love. This is what I am feeling is God's love, and I am radiating it to everyone around me. This radiating to everyone around me is an important aspect of it, right? While in the nature you could whisper to yourself, this beauty is God's love and I am one with it, right? Where while you appreciate the beauty of God's love, also feel that I am one with it. I am not separate from it. That feeling will give you immense opening, expansion. Then the other thing that we have hints here for bedtime practice. What do you do at the bedtime? This is the item number 3 in the book for this week, right? So bedtime practice is basically the same steps that are written in the book. They are listed here, so you can easily go through the steps in the bullet form. So this is about that. And then on the next
Also,
page you have,
remember all these affirmations, they are just like, to start with, to bring that wandering mind in this present moment, to live mindfully, right? So we talked about mindfulness, and I just shared that we will learn it more when we will start unified. So being in heart means doing things with love, doing centered, not here past and present and with others' mind, influenced by others' mind. So these are affirmations only to start with, and the more we will practice, we will understand what am I doing differently. Um, we would not have to stick with these affirmations anymore. We would just have to be present doing things. So this is only for the initial help, um, to bring your awareness.
yes. And then this is your daily reflection journal. This is a space given to you for reflection. At the end of the day, what did I go through? Thoughts for the day. Whatever thoughts you got, what you learned from it, just in a summary form. It could be just a few words, could be just a couple of sentences. That's okay. Each day, just record it. And then the next section is about a focused journaling, right? Here you will be journaling using the prompts. So read a prompt at the end of the day when you are sitting down to do your reflections. Just read the prompt and say, well, okay, whatever comes to you, just make a note of it, right? And
So for this
once
particular
again,
question,
you don't
first
have to
one,
fill up. Yeah.
yeah.
Yes, Preeti.
So the first question, right? It says, did I feel the vibration in my heart? And after how many days of practice did I hear myself? And what did I feel? So when you are writing this, do consider your 24 days practice that we did before. If you found your heart centered then, just make a note that I got it in during those times when we were practicing um, the body scan, right? So just like a note. And we would use these information when we'll do progress tracker. Then it is kind of a two-way communication that where we are with the program.
Yes. So this is going to be your record of how you are progressing. It's going to stay with you. You are not going to share it with anybody. It's yours personal. When you sit down to answer questions in the questionnaire, which we will be sharing with you at some stages of the progress, then you may be able to come back and refer to these sheets. Well, okay, how about this? Oh, how do, when you have a question which relates to something you did 3 weeks ago, you may not remember. So you can always refer back to these notes and then answer those questions, right? That's going to tell you more about you. So this is the last part of it. That's all in the workbook. So not a lot of homework for you to do. This is only incorporating the practices in our routine, right? And then keeping track of it.
Track
When
for
you
7 days.
yes, yeah, when you look at this initial thing, the tracker here, this is going to give you the picture of how consistent you have been on each one of those areas. And some of it, for example, if one of us in this group who are practicing, they don't do any cooking, so they can simply strike out that line. Well, okay, you don't do any cooking, right? Or someone who doesn't commute like me, I rarely commute, I'm just at home. So that sort of act, that we could substitute it with something else that we do, right?
We
That's
can
up to us.
replace it with, moving in the home only, like room to room. That's how we can bring our awareness. Am I still in my heart center? Because those are the time when we go in past or future, we drift. So in those moments, we can add this. Whenever we are moving, we can add this feeling that I'm centered in God's love.
Yes. And then the question here Priyanka ji is having, the daily reflections we need to do every day. Yes, that's why it's called daily. And in a separate diary is your choice. You can do it in a separate diary also, wherever you can refer to them. And let it be private, let it be personal, so that you don't hesitate in writing. Don't share it with anybody, nobody, right? Yesterday I was talking to a couple, uh, two of them doing the same program together, and I said, you got to have privacy on making notes. You can't be sharing one common diary or common notebook. You need to do it individually, because expression is more important. Being very honest in your expression, whatever comes out, like so beautifully Swastika shares with us, she's honest about her expression, right? I am mad, make a note, right? That's what is coming out from inside. So you don't want to say that in public though, right? So keep it private, keep it with you. Use the summary from it for sharing if necessary. Okay. That so when you are sharing in the group, something you are sharing, make a note of it first in your notebook. Then you share it. Right? That way you will have a record, a track of what is the journey you have gone through. How have you gradually expanded yourself?
Also, if you have more to write, you can attach sheets to it. You can staple, or you can, if you have the book, you can staple. Or if you are just doing a PDF and notebook, then you can write as much as you can. So give yourself freedom to express. Do not think, okay, the lines are limited, so I have to write limited. If you want to write a book, just start writing. And anyhow, you have to have your unified notebook, because there will be many other things like Shailesh is explaining, and you want to catch something from there. So you would like to make a note, or many more things will come. So like that, you have to have your unified notebook also. But here will be more of kind of, the transformation, or um, the things you want to see. Okay, this is where I'm making change. Because what happens, we make changes, but we do not even realize that, okay, this is what I went through.
Yes.
I think it's time we have to
Yeah.
start the practice.
Sure. Go ahead.
Yeah. And we'll do little modification in the flow, because long question answer will, um, you know, dilute the impression of what we went through under chapter explanation. So right after chapter explanation, if we sit and quietly absorb, it will go deeper. And the moment Shailesh is reading, explaining, we are observing, we are also contemplating, writing, thinking. And it is very important to find any rejections in any thought, like Swastika shared beautifully. And that will make her progress so quickly. She has no idea. But only if she takes it positively. Only if I am questioning, then it is a problem. It's a blocker. Right. So get into the practice, and we are already here in our heart center. That's the space we want to operate at all times. We have been used to of living in heads, in future and past, in others' head. But every time we do that, just take a deep breath. We do that unknowingly. And to come to the present moment, we have this breath. Feel it fully and inhale deeply. Let yourself expand and exhale fully with complete awareness on this breath and this body. Become one with it. One after the another. Let it open, let it unfold. As you breathe in, breathe out. Find that shift in you, that awareness on the body, being stiff, tight, holding something strongly. Or is it just in a state of letting go? So take this breath deeply to let go. As you exhale, release those old attachments, old understanding. And give yourself space as you breathe in to welcome new, the heart awareness in this body, in my life, to all beings, to all people, and all that I do. Feel it like the love is swirling inside you, around you, radiating outward in your life, in all that you do. And to all the people, known, unknown. And then come back to your heart center. See how quickly we shift our awareness. And it only needs awareness to shift our awareness. There are no words, but there are feelings. The true feeling when the heart beats, pulsate, expand. Not the physical heart, but our entire existence beyond this body. We start capturing in this limited body. Feel it fully. I am made in the image of God. And all the God qualities are mine. Say it within, loudly or silently, and feel it. I am made in the image of God. So if I have to see God, what do I do? And what is in seeing? There's so many things to see, but what do we really see? Those qualities that attracts. Are mine. Allow yourself to feel it fully. Let there be rejections. Just know. And make a note of it. Observe any body sensation that is arising. Embracing God's qualities or rejecting. Questioning. Just be aware. Now say these affirmations loudly and feel it, whatever it brings to you, to each one of you. God is love. So I am love. I am love. God's love that permeates everything is in me, is that I am one with. In this body, I am here to experience and express God's love in the image of God. So repeat again. God is light. I am light. Light that brightens the darkest corner. I am that presence. The light that I see in everybody's eyes is God's light. That light we share, that spark. Sometimes it connects, and sometimes it feels different. Is it the light different, or my filters are working? It is the same light. God's light. Now say it again. God is happiness, joy, and bliss. I am happiness, joy, and bliss. Everything inside me, around me, and everybody is that expression. Every smile, every sharing, just being in that silence. enjoying fully who am I? What am I? Is that bliss we bathe in? God is peace and gentleness, stillness, softness. And I am that. I am peace, gentleness, stillness, softness. A living existence. Of God's image, with humility, humbleness, in that listening. I am that peace. That allows everything to surface, to shift, to dance. Beyond any mental turmoil or conflicts that also arises on this peace. So peace never leaves us. We look at the turmoil, not the beneath. So say it again. God is abundance. And I am abundance. God made everything. So everything is one with it. And I am one with God. So what is made by God is there for me, for my use. Only I need to be taking it with love, with thanks. I am that abundance, unlimited, without boundaries. Always fulfilled, taken care. God is perfection. So I am perfection. Say it loudly. I am whole and complete, completely made in the image of God. God is perfect. So I am perfection. I am perfect. In God's creation, where I am made absolutely perfect, without any doubts. My thoughts are perfect. My acts are perfect. My words are perfect. My health is perfect when I am one. In all the God qualities, one with God. Completely embracing it without any judgment, allowing it in my expression. I truly see an image of God. So it's not a mental concept to worship. It is an expression to live. Where the heart vibrates, pulsate in God's love. It is the sanity, a check. Of living as image of God. In every expression of mine. Anytime you feel difficult to be with these qualities, just breathe deep and allow yourself to express. Let your body express through any sensation, your mind express through any thoughts or emotions. If your heart feels heavy, tight, suffocated, totally in discomfort, just witness. Do not change it. Know it. And here comes the moment to make a note of it. No more of lip service. No more of just accepting. Here's the moment to live, to experience my true identity. So let your thoughts bubble. Allow yourself to feel what you feel and just observe. Know that every beauty that I see, every care that I do, every appreciation is my expression of love. And now I recognize the God presence in all. So breathe in long and deep. Inhale deeply to make this as a marker, a memory. And as you exhale, just rest into it. Completely. Just be one with it. And after this practice, whatever comes to you in your day-to-day routine, live from this space. Observe, shift, be aware. Something has shifted within, and we just want to allow it to express. Not fight, not resist, not suppress, or ignore. Fully awakened and aware. Come back to your room, to your presence. In this room, find your body, your heads and your hands and feet. You may want to wiggle your toes. your hands, fingers. Feeling gratitude. It naturally appears because God is abundance. And its feeling fills our heart with gratitude. So just say lots of love and thanks to you, Babaji, for guiding us on this journey. And I am ready to walk on it. Now gently bring both your palms and put it over your closed eyes for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And welcome back. It's a divine feeling to be when God qualities, to experience it in this stillness, especially with the group. We all contribute and make it grand with each other.
Preeti, there is one question from Priyanka ji about writing the affirmations in the first section. So, Priyanka ji, can you unmute
She's
and
not
ask
here.
your question?
No,
She's not
she's
here.
not
Okay.
here.
Okay. So when she is there next time, we can check with that.
Mm.
Okay. All right. So any questions? Kumarji had a raised hand earlier. So is there something you want to share, Kumarji?
Atma Preeti ji, Shaili ji, All Master. I just want to welcome Gracie. I was looking forward to a long time. Welcome, Gracie. Party time. So to see you, happy to see you here. Thank you. That's the only thing I want to say. Party time.
Thank
Once
you.
more. Thank you. Back to you, Shaili ji, Preeti ji. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. So if there are no more questions or things to discuss, then we can actually conclude the session for today. Definitely, you can always ask further questions there in the chat, group chat. Please do continue to read the chapter every day now for the next 7 days. Complete your activity workbook and do it slowly is my suggestion. If you do it slowly, you will be able to grasp the depth. If we do superficially, it really doesn't reach the deeper side. And this chapter is the basis for everything we are going to do further. Lots of new concepts are being deposited into our heads here. Lots of new concepts, right? I wouldn't call them new. It's slightly different from what we have been used to. And that difference, recognizing the difference, will help go to the deeper side of it. Then your understanding will begin to open up. You will find that you are triggering your inner wisdom through the process of reading the book. And that trigger can mean a lot. It can actually open up the Pandora's box for you. So just know that this is how important it is.
That expression, that experience that we get while we read the book, maybe as a rejection, I do not agree. That is the most beautiful experience, to dig deeper and to find the think what is bothering, what is not synchronizing.
Absolutely. Challenging every concept is important because that challenge takes you to the depth. And it's natural to have the challenge because you already have a different concept with you. So that will help explore the depth. And word of caution, don't reject any. So what you know already, we don't have to reject it. And what this book is telling us, we don't have to reject it either, right? Just in a very open manner, understand it more. Why is it so? Why is the author saying something like this here? Those kind of questions when you
Not the
bring
author,
up.
just directly Babaji. And that very purpose of writing that line in the preface is that, that with every chapter, Babaji is connected with us, through us. So any question, just put inside and always listen to your heart. You will get the answer. And that is the way it is written, that the book has to be read and reread.
And by the time we finish the book, you will become Babaji. Because all the entire book, the answers of the whole book, you will be doing from yourself, right? So your own Babaji. Good. Excellent. So please continue. You have a very good activity of doing the mandala, coloring the mandala. Try doing it. It's really meditative, not just meditative, but also so many people in the Hindi group are expressing themselves so beautifully that when they were doing the mandala, this is what went through them. When they were coloring, this is what went through them. And they are constantly aware of their mind, their thoughts. And the mandala activity connects them because it's a connection. Writing is a connection. Drawing is a connection. Drawing actually opens up much more faculties in your creative side. And the creative side of us is the one which is much closer to the heart. So creative activities are helpful. If you feel like singing, for example, during these days when you are reading, you will be in heart center most of the time, and then you may want to sing. You may want to draw. Do that. Whatever such thing which you normally wouldn't do otherwise are going to open up. Your childhood is going to open up. Just be there. That's a very big progress. If you are able to travel back to your childhood, that's progress, right? People in general, my life experience is that whenever we meet old people, they always think of their childhood. They say, oh, that was such a golden time in my life. The best time in my life was when I was a child, right? And all of you can relate to this thing. You would have also heard it. Now feel it. When you do this chapter, you will begin to feel it, what was good about it, and then slowly the content of the chapter will open up those things for you. Well, this is the part of you that was good about there, and you suppressed it and lived through it all your life. Now is again time for you to open it. Just open it again, and you will actually be there in that state, the state of being a child. So trials will help you find your own experiences. Each one of us will have different. So with that, I will bring the session to a close today. We'll get together again tomorrow, and slightly different agenda. Tomorrow we won't be doing chapter explanation. We'll try and go through the workbook if you guys need that, right? We'll go through the workbook activities slightly in more detail if necessary, right? So thank you. And also all the questions when you do your workbook today, actually, because by reading you may not be able to anticipate what problems you will come while doing it. So bring your questions tomorrow. Okay, when I was doing this activity, this is where I got stuck. That way we will be able to get a feedback on how good this tool is for you. Okay, so thank you for all your patience and your desire to become unified. So thank you.